So in that tune, I try to play every single phrase a little bit differently, right? And so it's really good to have these frameworks of bowings, but once you start actually playing something, if you do it the same way every time, it starts to feel repetitive, right? And so we want it to be a little more interesting. So let me break down some of those bowing patterns that can still work and get you back to the same place. So in the first half, I would start up bow. And so our foundation, what I'm talking about is this 5 separated and 3 slurred, right? Or if you see it on a page, it's 3, 3, and 2 in a bar of 8. But really, we're gonna have this first 3 slurred, and then 5 separated. It's hard to think about 5s. It's hard to count to 5. That's like too many notes, but I'll do it again. Got to be able to do it like that to have a foundation, right? So let me go through that without stopping. It would be slur 3, it starts sounding really square and robotic, right? So what I actually do, and I was trying to figure out what my favorite like combo is. I've been kind of thinking about these bowings like linking together longer phrases and like kind of thinking about them like dance combos, right? So what I really like doing, because that's a very, it's good to be able to do that, but it's boring. So what I would do is start like that, and then here I'm going to change it and add another slur. Okay, so what I did is instead of having 3 and 5 and 3 and 5, is I did 3 and 5, 3 and 3 and 2, I think, yeah. So and so I did that both times. So all I did there was I added a second slur in the second bowing pattern. So all that's going to happen there is it's not going to change the bowing pattern because it's still an odd number, so you'll end up in the same place. So let me break those down into 2 parts so it's really clear. The first one would be just like normal, 3 and 5 separated. Then it's going to be 3 and 1, 3 and 1. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So the first one, and then the second one. And then we'll do, let's see. Then it's different here. I'm going to start. It's the same bowing though. It's 3 slurred, 5 separated. Here we are in the second half. So I don't know, did a bunch of random things just to kind of give you some more ideas. Here's the second part. What I like to do. So that's kind of the foundation. It would be up bow and then a down bow triplet, slur out, down bow. So. And then separate it, and then back to this. And if we stick with those separated bowings at the end, it'll sound like that. I do like to add a second slur in that second part. On the D string as well, it's kind of nice there. But if we do the triplet the same way every time, it's going to sound repetitive. So I at least like to throw 1 slur in there, if not 2. And I think there is 2 ways that I can bow it that are pretty solid. So the second part, if we start up bow again, slur. That's probably the easiest way to to slur it. And then I like to do this sometimes. So that's a triplet, and then instead of slurring down bow, it's an up bow to get this thing, so that's too awkward. So I would go, and that's just kind of a weird little anomaly that doesn't fit into our bowing pattern, so. So when in doubt, a really good rule is to try to take some slurs out. I feel like the first time you can really lock into that 3 slur feeling and of like the swing of it, it starts to feel so comfy that you like want to slur everything. And I totally went through that. So try to add some separation into some spots. More articulation can kind of give you a little more power, and you don't get so lost in the like wah 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 wah. You get a little more clarity. So less slurs. That's usually if you're feeling like it's slowing down or you're not able to like get into the groove, break it up a little bit. So here's the last part. This one you can totally just get lost in the like, so you could do the whole thing with a slur and a down bow, like. That just sounds kind of ridiculous once you get there, and it starts feeling really big and heavy. So what would I actually do? I break it up way more than that. So let's see. So you kind of want to think about like, where do you want that slur? Because there's 2 main places it can go. Either on the downbeat, over the first beat, or over the second beat. Okay, so it's always going to happen either in the middle of the bar, which is beat 2, or at the beginning of the bar coming in from the other measure. So over the first beat or over the second beat. So the slur brings out, it's kind of like a little accent, like it accents that little bit of the measure. So, and so I'm going to try to put the middle of the slur on the highest note most of the time. So here's what that would look like. I don't know what that ending was. That was a little weird. Here. Here. So I did put it here on the beginning of the first beat. And that's kind of a tricky slur. It feels big, but it's just a D arpeggio. So that's how we get into that second half on a slur. And is that, oh my gosh, I lost count. Track which if I was on the first or the second beat for that second slur, but hopefully I did that slow enough you could catch it. So I think we'll stop it there. Peace.